Welcome, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of the podcast, What It Takes. Today, we have the honor to have as a guest Baptiste. So, Baptiste, you are a French entrepreneur. And today, I would like to present you to the community. So, who are you?
Oh, that's a big question. First of all, thank you for welcoming me. That's great. We made in the past many podcasts, but it was all in French with our friend JC. But that's great to be able, to share it again with you, especially in English with your community. So thank you so much. I don't have that much the opportunity to speak in English as most of my business are in French. But that's great. Yeah, thank you so much. Who I am? Well, that's a big question. Few years ago, I used to give this answer to the people who ask me that. It's just that I'm a guy who's looking for answers. And that was the beginning of my answer to that question. I'm just trying new stuff and try to find answers. Nowadays, I found some answers. I was looking for many years for different answers to complex questions, but also very simple ones. Now it's different. I think I found some answers. I found some peace in this, endless quest of finding answers. So now I will define myself much more as, just grinding guy, workout, Muay Thai, just focus and do the work. It have to be, And I think my next quest, I'm kind of in a transition phase, between my past quest that was finding answers and my new quest, which is to build a legacy. But to be able to build a legacy, I think you have to build the very, very strong foundation that will help you, to build this legacy. So, yeah, who am I? I'm a guy who is building this legacy for the next generation. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, thank you for your answer. It's pretty clear. And it makes me think about first, why do you want to build a legacy?
Well, because I realized, when I was younger, I was very afraid of death. I was like, I'm going to die. And I'm Christian. I believe in God. So there is paradise. But here on this earth, everything that we build, everything that we are, everything that is going to happen, it's nothing, it doesn't have sense, except greater purpose, which is God and your legacy. You need to build, and you have to build something really strong that will, it's not, I don't want to be remembered, even the greatest kings in past Egypt is forgotten nowadays, I don't want to be remembered. I just want to have the maximum impact on the people that are important in my life. So my family right now, my actual family, and the family I'm going to build in the future, in the future generation. I'm just like, right now, I am alive. I have the time, I have the energy, I have the youth, I have the willing to build stuff. So the future generation, of course, my family first, but also global generation will be able to benefit from what I am doing, what I am building, And I strongly believe that our civilization will collapse, the Western civilization will collapse. And I still have the chance to be born early enough to still be able to build something. So I imagine that if I can build something strong, something really, really solid, then when the civilization will collapse, my family will be safe because I worked when it was not collapsed yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think this is why. This is really the big reason. Yeah, this is the big why of this next few decades. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see how you envision the future. And to let us know myself and the community, first I would like also to better understand who you were when you were younger and what happened in your life to take the entrepreneurship path and to build something on your own.
Well, I'm a lucky guy because I'm born in a healthy family. Not wealthy, healthy, My parents were in love when they had me. They stayed together for 10, 12 years. Then they divorced, but that just helped me to be stronger, But for the first decades, I was really in a healthy environment. My family, they gave me good values. Nothing was for free, never, but they gave me good values of work, studying, being curious, learn about history, learn about your past, believing in God, all of these good values that I think every child must have, but unfortunately it's not the case. So I am born in a really healthy family. And, I'm born in the countryside in France, back in Normandy. And that's chill, that's peaceful. And I had really an amazing childhood. And my grandfather, he's an entrepreneur. He had a restaurant and he raised me pretty well and pretty good as well. He gave me good values. He gave me anything that a child needs from his grandfather. All of my grandparents gave me good education, my parents as well. I have a brother, I have a sister, they work as well. And yeah, so very healthy environment when I was a child. Then after 10 years, 10 to 20 years old, so it was a bit more complex. My parents got divorced. I was harassed in school. It was not that easy. I was very perturbated. I was lost. I lost all of my values. I lost the values in God. I lost the values of work. And I was in terrible crisis for 5 to 10 years.
Why were you harassed in school?
Yeah, I was right. I think because I grew up in a too soft environment, and I never was a violent guy, I never was a violent guy. And when you're not violent in school, and, I was not in terrible school, back in the suburbs, for example, but I was still in a school where if you just don't say nothing, you get harassed, And I was harassed in school, but I mean, that was okay, I survived and that's fine. But yeah, this decade was a bit more difficult. And I think what upset me the most is that I don't think I was harassed for who I was. I think I was harassed because who I was not. What I mean by that is that all of the guys, and I remember the face, I remember the name, I remember what they did to me, And I think I understood around 17, 18 years old why they did that. And they did that because I was different for the better. I was smarter than them. I was, my family was better than their family. I had loving parents, they did not. And I was smarter, and I had more success with girls as well. They did not, and a lot of little things where I was just better than them, I think that make them really upset. And the only thing that they knew I was not going to do is punch them in the face, because I was not able to do that. I was weak, physically weak, and that's why they harassed me. And so I think this is why this ground up of healthy and terrible at the same times, childhoods and teenagehoods, I think that's helped me to understand that, okay, God gave me the best luck, the best gift of all time is my family and my health, and I don't know, who am I physically, spiritually, mentally, who am I? I need to use this gift to create something better, stronger, really something good for the world. And when I was harassed, then I understood that I was harassed because I was better, not because I was weak, but because I was better than them. And they were just so jealous. And this continued for many years.
Now, how long did it take you to understand that this was the reason and not the other one that
I think it took me like 6 years, 7 years, I didn't understand. I was a child, But then when I finished my studies, when I finished all of that, and I was like, okay, I need to evolve and I need to get out of that. How can you evolve, be better, create bigger stuff and escape from this situation better than entrepreneurship? There is nothing else than entrepreneurship. It's not the studies, except if you're, if you embrace a sport career, except sports, entrepreneurship, and I believe that sports people are entrepreneurs in some extent, but except that, there is only entrepreneurship. It's not studies, it's not science, not a regular job, it's not all of that, it's entrepreneur. So I was like, okay, I'm not like that, I'm different. And I understood that I am different because they harassed me because I was different. So I need to make something that big that they just will not be able to catch me, attain me anymore. So I started entrepreneurship. I cut all of my past relation with these people from this area of my life, and then they started to hate me even more, All of my past friends, they started to hate me even more. All of my past relations, they started to really hate me. And then I understood I was in the right class, And just about the, in France, we have this expression of the crab bucket. Every time a crab tries to climb and go out of the bucket, then all of the others, they will just tear him down, and they don't want you to escape. They don't want you to evolve. And I think entrepreneurs is the only thing. And plus, I always hated school. I was not that good at that. And I hate to receive orders, so I would be a terrible employee. So I didn't choose entrepreneurship. I just believe that there is nothing else I can do. Nothing else, nothing else. In entrepreneurship, I failed many times and I almost got bankrupt many, many times. And there is never one moment when I'm like, okay, maybe I should stop, give up and get a regular job for 6 months, 1 year, save money. No, I prefer to be on the streets, still making my business than having a regular job, because that would be much more terrible for me to have a regular job. I did in the past. I was working in a restaurant and in some companies, I was a sales rep and stuff like that. But this is absolutely terrible. I don't survive more than 2 months. I don't. This is not, I cannot conceive it. So this is
what's happening in your head to not be able to conceive it? Because as you said, it's very personal. You think for you that entrepreneurship is the only way. What's happening, for example, when you were working at the restaurant?
Bro, that was terrible. Because I don't fit with the other employees. For example, they all hated me because I was the only one who were doing proper work. And this is a very fun story. Let me tell you, like the owner of the restaurant, he had a Porsche Cayenne. It's not even a super car, it's just mean that you spend 60K in a car. It's not even that much, And me, I was like, whoa, he deserved that, Yeah, the stories, this guy is very interesting. Like he was working, like he was the owner of a car repair shop, and he transformed that car repair shop into a restaurant. Crazy, because it was like, okay, I'm doing that since 20 years. I have the building. I won't repair cars anymore. I will launch a restaurant. That's crazy. That's great. And me, I was impressed. And he was, I don't know, 60 years old, something like that. I was like, wow, that's so cool. What's your story? Blah, 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 blah. And he had a Cayenne. He had a Porsche Cayenne. And I was like, wow, that's great. He deserved that. He worked a lot. And then he always came at the restaurant with a Clio 4, which is a small car, Renault, and it's really small, I was like, why? Why you come with the... He told me, because if I come with the Cayenne, my employees, they won't work for me anymore, and my clients, they won't come, because my employees will believe that I steal them, and my clients will believe that I steal them as well, And this is the French mentality. And I was like, and the employees in this restaurant, they was always in trouble, always late, not serious. They were always, in, fights, which is with each other's and with the boss and with the clients. And me, I was just like, bro, you made a wonderful business. I respect you. I want to learn from you. The clients, they are the kings. I'm just here to serve them. No big deal, no problems. And I'm here to make my work and not speak with the other employees. I don't care. And ask this guy why there is always problems in the team. He told me, Baptiste, don't take time to think about that, because your place is not here. You don't belong here. You don't belong in this place because you don't fit. That's physical. You don't fit. And then I was like, yeah, I think you are right. And that's why I won't fit, and I hate to receive orders. And I strongly believe that if I am an employee, like I'm using 10% of my capabilities, while the other employees who are next to me, they are using maybe 100% of the capabilities. But then I'm just like, a work that I can do in 10 minutes, it will take 2 hours to make it. And so I will just, it will be imbalanced. And also I believe that was the case when I was working with like sales company and stuff like that. Most of the managers, they are stupid, more stupid than me, so I won't be able to receive orders from stupid people. I can receive orders from people who are way better than me. I don't have any problem with that, but that's not the case in most of the companies, I don't have a problem with authority when authority is, when the authority makes sense and make sense only because the guy is better than you, then I'm fine. I'm fine with authority at the church because the priest, he know the way better than me. I'm fine in authority in the training camp from White Tie because the coach, he know better than me. So I just shut the fuck up and train. I'm okay in authorities when I pay a sales guy to train me in sales. When I pay a marketing guys to train me in marketing, I'm okay with that authorities. I'm not okay when the authorities, they are just incompetent guy who are here because of whatever the reason and give you orders. That's why I hate the government. That's why I hate, all of this scheme of society, and that's why I hate being an employee, because most of the managers, they are just here because, they are not competent. They're just here because they know the boss, because they're here since 10 years, because they have slightly more balls than the other guys, so they are managers. So that's why I won't fit. And I know it, and I try it,
Yeah, I see what you mean. At the same time, I think it depends also on the company, if you are an employee, where you work at, because each company has their own structure and talents. It depends where you are. Sometimes I'm sure it happens. I saw it.
That depends, because if you work in big companies, then it's like working for the state. That's the same, if you go in top companies, you're just like one pin on the board. You're nothing. Like I used to have friends who work in companies that have 200,000 employees. Big banks, big company, big software company. You're nothing. You're nothing. And I prefer to be something in a really small in a very small environment rather than being even smaller in a big environment. I just won't fit, and you have no impact. Again, we go back on this legacy stuff. How can you have impact when you're a replaceable employee? How, and there is no company where you are not, when you cannot be replaceable. There is not, except if it's your company. And still, you can still be replaceable,
Yeah, at a certain level, yeah. Okay, so, an experience in the working industry with the restaurant. Was it the first and the last one, or you had others after this one?
What do you mean, in restaurant?
Or like working in a company?
No, I used to work every summer since I'm 14, 15, so I tried many companies.
What type? Restaurant,
software company, coaching company, sales company, technology company, even like service company, small jobs, just to make some cash, and just small jobs. And because I had no choice, like when I was 14, my mom, she told me, hey, you're not gonna lay out for the entire summer and do nothing of your 10 fingers, so come work. At first I worked at her place, at her company, and was just doing some organization, cleaning, stuff like that. And then other companies, this is boring, this is not interesting. I learned quite a few things, but I think the biggest lesson I took from this normal job experience is that I cannot do that. That's the only thing, I didn't learn sales, I didn't learn anything. I just learned that this is not what it cost me. I was a delivery guy, for example. I made a lot of delivery of many things, and just being on the road all day and deliver clients, like Amazon, stuff like that. This is terrible. I respect the guys who do the job. We need guys like that. And if you like it, that's cool. If you don't like it, but you do it because you have to, because you have a family, I respect that a lot. Don't get me wrong. It's not fit for me. It's not good for me. I hate that, but I have tremendous amount of respect for the guys who do this kind of boring job, of tiring job, because they have to, because they have a family to feed, because they are saving money to launch a business. I have huge respect for that. I will not go in this speech of being an employee is bad. Being an employee is very bad for me, because my mental health will not be good. Honestly, I'm so restrained that I will turn crazy. But if you are able, and this is a good strength, to shut the fuck up, do the work, take the money, feed your family, and do what you have to do, then huge respect, and so. But for me personally, this is the only lesson I get from this past experience. I'm not built for that. Definitely,
Yeah, well, it's a big learning for you, and sometimes the best way to learn something is just to do it. To
Yeah, that's good because I learned that young, at 20 years old. Some guys, they learn that at 40. Oh, they lost 20 years of their life. Oh, I'm lucky. Yeah, I'm a lucky guy. Honestly, no. I think it's important to say it. I'm not ashamed. I'm really lucky guy. Really lucky.
Okay. And so how was the transition afterwards? So with all these summer experiences in companies, different industries, and then you understood that path was not for you and that you wanted to do something on your own. How did you start that? What did you start first?
I always made business. Like, I didn't start into business, I didn't add an idea and I was like, okay, I will build this business. I will start doing business. Being an employee is not for me. I will start making a business. When I was 12 years old, I was telling to my family, I don't know what I'm going to do later in life, but there is one thing I'm sure is that I will be able to walk the same, no matter if I am in Rio or Tokyo. I was telling that to my family when I was 10, 12 years old, And at this time, being a digital entrepreneur was not even existing, And so I always wanted to be free, always hated authority. So I didn't start a business. I always made business because I had to, and because it was more fun than anything else. I made some studies because I had to as well. It was mandatory. But I quit as soon as I could. But when I was a child, in middle school, I was selling, lollipop. It's at
Candy
yards. Yeah, small lollipop. I was buying them at the tobacco shop. It was 20 cents per lollipop. I was selling them 50. Just that. It's really simple. Or making trade. Pokemon cards, lollipop. Okay, how can we do that? Oh, this Pokemon card is 10 lollipop. Okay, let's make that. Let's negotiate. So. And that was my first business, by the way. And I made good money. I think I made some, I don't know, 20 euros per week, something like that. It's fun.
Yeah, when you're young, it's an amount.
No, it's good. And then I grew up. I went to high school. And high school, honestly, I didn't make any business. I was just like getting drunk a lot, partying a lot, being a jerk a lot. Yeah, I'm not proud of this. Well, for me, it was the end of harassment. So I was like free. I was in another city. I had tremendous success with girls at that time, and I was just getting drunk, smoking joints, smoking cigarettes, go at the least amount possible in school, and I was lost 3 years. It's just absolutely terrible. I'm not proud of that, but I learned a lot of stuff, and I definitely learned that drugs is very bad. I used to smoke for a couple of years. And that's terrible. That ruined your life. Take drugs, that ruined your life. And since then, good lesson I took from this high school years, I completely quit the drug. I didn't take drugs since I'm 17, and I will never take again. Never. I'm really against drugs, by the way. And
because something really bad happened, or you just saw like the bad effects on the
both. I almost died. I almost killed myself. I smoked too much, and I was like depressed, and I wanted to kill myself. And if my best friend of that time wasn't here, I would probably have jumped from the fourth floor. So maybe I would not have died, but maybe I would be in a wheelchair, or that would be terrible. So I almost died, and also because at that time I was in a really big problem with my whole family. I was not in a good terms with my mom, not in a good terms with my dad, always fighting, and drugs. I was not a drug addict, I was not smoking like 10 joints a day, but I was smoking, like, I don't know, 1 every 2 days, and that's enough to make shit, to really make shit. And I was a jerk, and so yeah, just grew up, I made that when I was in first grade, second grade. Well, I don't know the reference in English, but
high school,
yeah, it's at the beginning of high school, so when you're like 15, 16, something like that. And then I just saw all my life decline, and then I almost died. I was like, okay, I need to quit, And my girlfriend at that time was smoking a lot. She was smoking like 5 joints a day. That was terrible. All of my friends were smoking. I was like, all my life declined, So I quit. I completely quit in the third year of high school, and then never touched it again. Yeah, never. I never did touch drugs again, no matter if it's soft drug or hard drugs, and I will never, And yeah, so it was just terrible moments, But yeah, back to business. After that, I went to studies, and I started to make business as soon as I could, So
you started with candies, you were saying.
Yeah.
What happened after that?
I just always selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, always like that. And then I think the biggest project I had back in the days was a startup. I wanted to build a startup in the tourism. Then COVID hit. So it was all of it was closed, but that good, we made good partnership with the region, the cities. I went to an incubator. I learned a lot of stuff,
And how did you end up with the idea, okay, I'm going to create a startup in tourism?
Bro, it was just because I love to travel. I was traveling lots, and I was like, okay, that's cool. Let's make business in that. But at that time, the biggest mistake I made, but this is good lesson in the end, is that I thought ideas are more important than business model, and this is never the case. Just make money, and then you will find good ideas. Not the opposite. Just wait for the ideas. This is complete bullshit. But I was big fan of the social network, Google history, Apple, and they all start in a basement, in a garage, and they're like, this idea, I'm going to walk and it's going to blow, and I wanted to compete with TripAdvisor at that time. But that was Zoom. That was cool, So I made this business for 2 years, zero money in. Then I started to sell stuff again, so I sold masks during the lockdown, for example, selling masks.
In person or like go to friends or online?
Yes. Just I always made business to business. I never made direct consumer business. I made one. I was selling toothbrush and drop shipping. That was bullshit. I quit after 1 month. This was terrible, But no, what I was doing is that I had a company who made it personalized mask. So like the factory, they create mask and you can put logo design on that. So I was ordering the mask when I received the order from a company about the mask, so the company can give the mask to their employees. So we had, bakery with the bakery logo. We had insurance company. We had many companies who made these orders. And I think in 2 months, we make like something like 30K, and that was great.
Just selling masks. And how did they know about you? Yeah.
Cold calls.
You were calling like companies?
Hey, all day.
Do you need something?
All day. I was calling companies all day. Hey, what's up? We are this. But at that time, bro, offer and demands. Oh, you have masks. I'm buying them for you. And we were selling like €2 per mask. That was fucking crazy. Because everybody wanted that, So big lesson of that time, always sell to the people what they want. Don't, use time, energy, money to create a desire. It's bullshit, It's bullshit. Sell them what they want. They wanted mask, I have mask. Let's go, Right now I'm selling marketing. They don't have marketing. I have marketing. Let's go. It's always like that. Don't try to sell something to people that they don't know about, that they don't want, that they don't need. Create the need. It takes decades, I don't know, if you take Uber, for example. Uber, they didn't create any needs. They just figure it out that people wanted to order a cab faster and with more safety. That's all. They didn't create any needs. Facebook didn't create any needs. To speak only about the biggest, they don't create needs. They just, people want to connect. Yeah, okay, good news. This is the case since 300,000 years ago. They always wanted to connect. And there was already MySpace and all of this Skyrock blog. And, people want to connect. How can we make it 1% better? This is just that. And this is what I'm doing right now with my marketing company and my event company and stuff like that. We do what people want to do, what people need. We just do it better, slightly better, because you cannot make 100% better than your competitors. Just make it 1%, that's all. And then you become rich. That's how you become rich. You become rich by creating something new, just go in the market. Oh, they want that, they want that, they want, okay, let's sell them, that's all. And learn to sell. And this is how you make money. So yeah, mask, then this business in tourism. For example, in the tourist business, I was selling to people something they didn't need.
What was it?
it was bullshit, but it was like a digital guide in the cities, some information that you can find on Google, some information that you can hire a guide for, or, it was, out of my mind, it was cool. In the field, it was bullshit. Nobody wanted that,
Yeah, but if you make people saving times through your information, through your ebook or...
No, they didn't want it that, No, they were having more information that they wanted, first of all. So I was not extracting time. I was adding more complexity, more information, Like, I thought when people go in museum, they want to have as much as information as they can. This is not true. This is true for me because I like, but this is not true for 99% of the people who go in the museum. They just want to, good painting. Okay. Oh, good painting. Oh, it's been 30 minutes. Let's leave. Let's have a ice cream. That's what they want, so they don't care. And then I changed it, so I really started to make business according to the needs. So I don't know, what did I sell still since?
You were saying mask? What happened to that?
Lot of services. Yeah, marketing services. I think I started from there because after that, for example, very good story. For example, when I was developing this startup in tourism, I learned how to make chatbots before AI, by the way. So it was all only, generic queries. So you receive the answers, all the question of the guest or the client, and then you create the answers. This is absolutely boring work, but this was working well at that time. And I learned to do that. And it was not working in the tourist industry, but I needed to make money. So what I did is that I went to see all the local shop and say, okay, we can plug this chatbot to your Facebook page so the people, they can buy on Facebook. Oh, okay. And what's their needs here? They want to make more money. They want to be visible on not social media, but they want to, be more active on Facebook or Instagram. Okay, let's build that chatbot, and I sold a couple of them. It was 500 euros back at that time. I don't know, I sold maybe 5-10 of them, something like that.
So they were paying in front 500 euros and then you were...
No, after, they were paying after.
Okay.
Just building it. Okay, that worked well. Okay, here's your money. And for the first few ones, I just told them, pay me what you think it costs, what you think it's valuable. So again, needs, you fulfill them. That's all. And I sold that. And then I started to create content. I started to use a podcast 5 years ago, then LinkedIn, then YouTube, Instagram, and then I just fall in love with creating content and making marketing. And I learned everything I needed to learn about marketing. And now I'm doing that since 5 years. So
now, why did you switch from, for example, we were talking about selling this chatbot, to small companies, and then you started to work in media, so LinkedIn, creating your own content. Why did you switch?
I think there's 3 main reasons why I switched. First, it was because I didn't thought I would be capable. When I launched my podcast, it was not because I wanted to launch a podcast. It was not because I wanted to be famous. I still don't want to be famous. I don't care. It was just because for me, I was shy. I was very shy. And I will remember all my life the feeling of putting my voice on Spotify. Crazy. Like, fuck, bro, my voice is on the internet. And I met my first podcast just for this reason. Just for that.
So nothing face your fear.
Exactly, bro. Just to improve, Okay, I'm afraid of speaking in front of people. I'm afraid of being visible. I'm shy. Let's do the hard work. Let's publish a podcast. And then I was like, I like to do podcasts, and I made this podcast for many months. And I met with very nice entrepreneurs like Guillaume, Harold, Valran, who are very good and very famous, by the way, right now. So I made a really good network in the content. And at that time, it was in 2020, 2021, not that much people were creating content. It's still not enough. I think there is a big market. I was like, I like that, and then I started to publish on LinkedIn and I started to make friends and really enjoy that, and I really enjoyed it. And I was like, okay, I will stay on this market. I like it,
Why did you pick LinkedIn?
Only because at that time, TikTok was not existing. YouTube, it has even more fear of the camera, so I was okay with the voice, not with the camera. And Instagram, at that time, I was not proud of where I was physically. I was not training. I was not confidence physically. So LinkedIn was more easy because it was just text. And there was Twitter, but Twitter was way more toxic. And also because I understood that companies, entrepreneurs, they're on LinkedIn. Business, it's on LinkedIn. It's not on Twitter. It's bullshit. LinkedIn, you just make money, And I'm not a famous guy. I have a small community online, but big on LinkedIn, it's 30K people. And LinkedIn is quite good, And I made hundreds of thousands of euros, just because of 25,000 people. I made almost 500K in 2 years, just by myself, no company, no nothing, just myself. And now we are building something bigger and stronger, and we make more than 200K this year, But just with LinkedIn and this small community and working 3-4 hours a day, I was able to make, 400K, and that was great, So why LinkedIn? This is it,
Yeah.
I said, I'm a lucky guy. I make choice. I'm a lucky, I'm a lucky, but then I'm really, really consistent. So for example, on LinkedIn, I published every day for, I think it was exactly 8 months and a half before having any results. All of the people were asking me, why you do that? It's cool. Why you do that? It's bullshit. Oh, bro, you're just weird. Why you do that? And I was just doing it. One day, post 600K views. This is crazy. So I'm really lucky guy. I made really, really dumb, but also really, really smart choice. And when I make a smart choice, I identify really fast that it's a smart choice. And then I stick to it. When I started in Muay Thai, I didn't start in Muay Thai 1 time a week. No. I'm still in the process of training every day. And I spend more than between 500 and 1K euros per month just for Muay Thai. Why? Because I train every day with a professional coach, 101, since years, since 1 year, more than 1 year right now. So when I start something, I'm really consistent. I have amazing discipline, and I go all in, And I think, and I will finish on that, this all-in mentality is what saved my life and what made me who I am. Because I hate to be the middle guy. I hate to be in the average, I prefer to be extremely low. But as I told you, I prefer to be on the streets rather than being a middle employee. But the opposite of that is being extremely wealthy, extremely successful, extremely all in everything I do. Business, Muay Thai, friends, travel, I didn't travel this year, for example. I just went to Turkey for a few weeks. That's all. Why? Walking. Last year was working a bit less. I was traveling whole year. So all in, always all in, and this is gonna change your life. If you stay in the middle, you're just down, But this is not for everybody, and I don't think I just believe that, this is if I don't do that, I get bored. So this is why I do always all in, And as I did with the podcast, all in on the podcast, all in on LinkedIn, all in on Instagram, rather in the future, all in the marketing. And I'm a guy who gets really easily bored. And I think that's one of the reasons why, if I'm not extreme in what I do, I just get bored and I quit. But I hate to quit. So I get all in things that I like.
Okay, you lock yourself in something and then you just stick to it.
That's it.
But did you have this mentality since ever, or you changed?
No, you build it. You build it days after days. No, I was a lazy guy when I was younger. I was lazy as fuck. I'm still lazy because I'm smart, and I understand that the more lazy you are, the best decision you take. But that doesn't mean that being lazy doesn't mean that you cannot work 12 hours a day like I do since 1 year, for example, 7 days a week. Just mean that you take better decision and that you know how to rest, when to rest, and that you work on the good things. This is being lazy. You don't do useless work, only works that matter, but in a tremendous amount of quantity. So no, I was not always like that, and I always like to, and I think that's good that this podcast arrived around the end of the year, because every end of the year, I'm like, okay, what did I learn this year? Who I was 1 year ago? I remember 5 years ago, bro, I was skinny, I was broke, no ambition. I mean, I had ambition, but for fake ambitions. I'm going to be a billionaire. No, I don't believe I'm going to be a billionaire one day, by the way, because first of all, this is not in my goals. And second of all, I'm not stupid enough to believe that it's as easy as it looks. Most of the people are like, I will be a millionaire. They don't know what it costs. They don't know what it costs. And I'm not sure I'm ready to make sacrifice to become extremely wealthy. I'm ready to make sacrifice to become a professional fighter. I'm ready to make sacrifice to become really, like to see my limits. I don't think I'm able to make the sacrifice of being a billionaire. Why? Because being a billionaire is really being open to every kind of threats from the media, from the financial world, from the politics. And I think I prefer to stay hidden, make millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions. But when you become a billionaire in Western Europe, I don't speak about Russians or Saudi or Chinese. This is hidden billionaires. This is different. But most of the billionaires in Western, that means that you become public. And how you spend your money become public. And then you get threatened. And I don't think I want that, So
you could be like, well, you're French, okay? You could live outside Europe and be a billionaire, or it is not possible for you?
Bro, it's a global world. And I'm born French, so you will always have a step there. And if you're a billionaire and you're not in your own country, you also have problems, When you start to make money, you attract problems. And I'm okay to deal with the millionaires problem. I'm not sure I will be able to survive in the billionaires world. That's for sure. I don't think I want it. That's a big difference, And also, I do believe I'm really, straightforward with that. I'm really honest with that. I think people, they don't understand how difficult is it, And with all of this motivation clip, and shout out to that, because it's good, because there is young men who just walk and believe in them and get out of their initial situation. I'm the guy, I'm born in the middle class in France, in the countryside. I had nothing to success, and still I did a bit part of that, and I'm still having a great path in front of me. But I'm not that naive, and that doesn't mean I don't have dreams. That doesn't mean I'm not ambitious. That just means that my ambition is really clear on every things that matter, And but to answer your question, just, bro, day after day, discipline.
And you know what you don't want also.
Yeah.
Which is important, because most of the time people know, I want this, I want that, but they never mention what they don't want.
That's a good point. Actually, I think I know more that what I don't want than what I want. My needs, my willing, they vary, they fluctuate, there is not, it's a wave. Sometimes I want more money. Sometimes I want more freedom. Sometimes I want more relation. Sometimes I want more sport. It's not the same. What I don't want, it's always the same. I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be not free. And I don't want to be enslaved. That's all. And I don't want to be lower than yesterday. I honestly do believe that day after day, I'm better. Really, I do believe that. Because even when I have a big down, that happened to everybody, having a big down, then the day after, you're just better. Because you understand why you had this down. And for example, 2 years ago, I think I was having mental breakdown every week. Honestly, every week I was like, full day in the bed watching Netflix. Terrible. I think right now it happened like 1 a month, and I do it on purpose. I do it on purpose because then I feel so low that I remember why I'm doing all of that, why I'm working 10, 15 hours a day, why I train every day, why I'm so tired, why I do that, why I receive so much hate, why I have so much pain in my life. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. I call that a chaos day. Chaos. It's so chaotic. Let's make it even more chaotic by doing nothing. And we're like, this is absolutely terrible. Okay, let's get back to grinding, So I think this is more important to know what you don't want at all, because the needs and what you want, it change in relation with who you are, who you become, Like, I don't know, if I have a family in 5 years, maybe my freedom will not be as high as it is right now, it's just change. But still, in 5 years, one thing is sure, that I will still don't want to be enslaved or an employee or broke. That's gonna stay the same. It's always was and will stay the same.
Okay. And to come back to LinkedIn, I was thinking for the community, when you have started to write on the platform, did you have like a plan, or you just say, okay, I'm going to write one post and tomorrow another one without anything planned?
Oh, do you have plan in your life?
Plan like this? No, but structure or something, or you just wrote.
Or you can predict the future.
No, but you can influence it, let's say.
No, bro, just do stuff. Just do stuff,
So what do you remember your first post?
I do, yes.
What was it about?
Bro, it was just like, okay, not speaking about the student post. My first business was my podcast. It was about my podcast. Hello, dear network. My name is Baptiste. I'm launching a new podcast. I know you don't care about that, but this for me is really important. So if you can put a like, I will be glad. This is all, And I never had a plan. Not in my life. Never had a plan. I have strategy. This is very different. I have strategy when I know my field. So, for example, right now, I made almost a year of break on content creation because I was learning complex business. I was learning management. I was learning more sales. I was learning clients acquisition in some area. So I put in pause my content creation a bit. It's a mistake, but it was necessary.
And now, why is it a mistake?
Because it's 1 year less of compounding. That's all. That's just all, Because in this year, I could have gone viral for many times. I could have grow my community, blah, blah, blah. So in the business game, it's a mistake. For me, it was important, And right now, I go back to content creation, And now I have a strategy because I know the field. So I can elaborate a strategy. When you don't know what you're going. Okay, let me give you an example. Napoleon, he go to fight the Brits. He have a strategy because he know the field, because he know the Brits, because he know himself, because he know the battlefield. Christophe Colomb, when he discovered America, he didn't have a strategy. He didn't have a plan, because he didn't know the field. He thought he was going to fall. So no strategy. Let's see.
Surprise.
I go straight. Okay, his plan originally was to go to India. So his ambition was to discover a new way to make business. But in the end, he had no strategy, no plan. He said, I will go straight and we will see. And if I believe what the people tell me, I'm going to fall. Let's see. When I started creating content, if I believed what people told me, that I will never succeed. I will never have success. I will never go viral. It's embarrassing. Why I do that? You're gonna get, it's ridiculous. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, maybe I'm going to fall. Let's see, So no plan, no strategy. You just go, Every time I start, like for the Muay Thai, I didn't have any plan or strategies. Go, And then, right now I have a good level. I like it. I start to develop game IQ, fight IQ, strategies, combos, analyze. Now I have a strategy because I know the field. And this is a big difference, Plans, I plan to, in 5 years, Okay, let me give you an example. If I stick to my plans that I made 5 years ago, I will be far less successful than I am right now.
Why is that?
Because you don't have a clear vision of your real ambition and when you are capable of that. Your human brains is working in a way that your plans or your ambition is all way too low than you can, or way too high that you can. It's never perfect, It's never perfect. And me, I have the tendency of being less ambitious than what I can really achieve. So I prefer to not make plans at all. Just go all in every time and see, And like, for example, 7 years ago, my plans was to being a billionaire by launching a startup and compete with TripAdvisor, as I explained before. Why? I didn't knew the fields. I was blind, I was stupid, I was young. And then this was my ambition. This is stupid. It's not a plan, It's not a plan. It's just you're being naive,
Yeah, so from what you say is like get to know the field first without plan.
Yeah.
See where you are, not the environment, and then apply a strategy thanks to the experience you had inside of it.
For example, I know that my business can make 10 millions in the next 5 years. I know it. Before, 5 years ago, I was believing in it. I was like, oh, I believe I can handle 10 million. No, you cannot. You don't know how to handle one. Now I know how to do that. Now I know the field. I know what it costs. I know what it takes. I know what I will have to sacrifice. I know what I will have to do. So if I'm still lucky, and if I put the work, and if I do 1% less mistakes than my competitors, I will reach 10 million in the next 5 years. But I know it. It's not that I believe in it. I know it because I know the field. And the field, it took me 5 years to learn, by just doing stuff and plenty and tremendous amount of mistake, because this is all you learn, plus. Sure. Yeah. You cannot just, I'll be a billionaire. No, bro. No, just do the work. And when you are wise enough, then you can having clear ambition, But this is why I don't have a plan. But now I have a strategy. But I never did have a plan, Really different, really, really different.
No, that's a good distinction. And to come back to your business path, so you start to create content on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And then how did you start to make money on LinkedIn after starting creation?
Well, it started because, again, I didn't have a plan. I started on LinkedIn because I wanted to promote my podcast that I launched, because I wanted to prove myself that I was able to speak in the mic. No plan. No plan. Then I create content. Then I start to like it. And then I had success by creating content. I was telling stuff. I was really harsh about school. I was just hating on school all day, And then I started to make views. And then I did another plan. Guys, entrepreneurs came to speak to me like, hey, bro, I see you making views on your content. Do you think you can make views for us? Oh, sure, let's go. And I had my first clients, and it led for 2 months. I made tremendous amount of mistake. And I got fired, the clients leave.
What kind of mistakes did you do?
Bro, I just bad contracts. I was not exploited, but working way more than I should have for this client compared to the money I was making. I was just stupid. It's not even his fault, because right now, 6 years after, I'm like, oh, he was 100% right. I would have done the same. At that time, I was like, he's a jerk. I'm better. No, bro, shut the fuck up. You're nothing. You're nothing on the game. And still, I learned a lot. I'm really grateful of this opportunity, and I never had the opportunity to speak with this entrepreneur still since. I think now we will be, I don't know if we will be friends, but I would have much more respect for him, because I'm like, he was right. He was 100% right. And I would have done the same. And I was just stupid. Ego stupid,
He was right regarding what?
Firing me, asking me to do that, and work much more. And, I won't explain a lot of stuff about that, but in his behavior, for many years, I thought that he was wrong, I was right. He had bad behavior, I had a good behavior, I had good intention, he had bad intention. This is absolutely true. We both had good intentions, and I think we both made good decisions, but he was right because he's the business owner and I was not. So, yeah, anyway.
Okay. So you got your first client organically. You didn't search for any...
For 3 years, I just made organic business.
So they came to you.
Come to me.
Because they saw you were making sessions on LinkedIn and viral posts.
Well, I made 35 million views on LinkedIn. So that attract people,
Yeah. What was the time range for 35 million?
More or less 2 years and a half, 3 years.
3 years?
3 years. 35 million views. And then the people, they come, they're like, oh, can you do that for me? Yes, okay. And at that time, I was just a freelancer, solopreneur. So I was just every time raising my prices, But for 1 year, the first year, I made 6K in 12 months. The second years...
Were you working next to it then?
No.
So how did you live with just 6K per year?
It's triple. Well, small jobs, not spending a lot, small rent fees,
Okay, so not a lot of expenses, but you were still working on the side to make some money.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a bit. Some extra, I don't know. I made 10K the first year overall, maybe something like that. Survive. That's why I don't care about being broke again, because I used to be, I will probably be again in the future. I don't fucking care about that. This is, for me, money, it never was a stock, I will tell you a funny story that explains a lot about my vision with money. For my 22nd birthday, I had 4K in my bank account, 4,000 euros. It was not so much long time ago. And I went into a nightclub for my birthday. I was freshly separated from my ex-girlfriend. I was with my stepbrother and with my best friend of the time, 1 or 2 chicks, something like that. We went to a club. I booked a club. I booked a table for 500 euros. Okay. At the nightclub. We first get rejected because not enough girls with us. It's like, I wanted to pay 500 euros. You reject me from the club because we are too much guys, only one girl. Fuck off. I go in the parking. I find 5 chicks. Come with us. So now we are like 5 guys, 5 chicks, something like that. So around 10 people. Give me the table. Let me enter. Okay, we go in the table. And then they show me the table. It was a mid-average table. I was so upset. I didn't even add the VIP bracelet. Not access to the VIP area where you can smoke, toilets, clean toilets, This is not going to work. I don't want this table. How much is it, the table behind the DJ? The best table of the evening. Well, it's, you need to put, what's that? Jeroboam, Mathusalem, I don't know, 6 liters. 2,800 euros. Look at my stepbrother, look at my best friends, look at the girls that I didn't knew. Okay, let's do that. So I spent 3K out of my 4K on a nightclub. Do I regret? No. Did I stress? No. I don't care, because I will make money in the future. I made money in the past, I will make money in the future. If I get broke, I don't mind, But the experience and the story is worth much more than 3K. Because I saw the smile on my stepbrother's face. He was so fucking happy. I saw the smile on my best friend's face. He was so happy. That was enough for me, I had a mid-ego boost. I was happy. The girls, they left. I don't fucking care. No, but and I will make money, So this is my relation with money. So just go and leave and, and not even that much time ago, and I'm not even afraid to say that, but this year I almost went bankrupt. I don't know, 3 times this year.
Because you spend a lot?
Both. Because I make a lot, I spend a lot, and I always invest. Not on assets, but on business. So I recruit a lot of people. I invest in new, tools or knowledge or places or stuff like that. And I think Conor McGregor said that, and I really agree on that. He's like, I love to spend money. I love it. Because for me, money is not that valuable, That doesn't mean that I don't respect money. Just mean that my life don't turn around it. It's not the center of my life. But I love spending money. I have an addiction in spending money. So I need to have an addiction in making money. This is the only thing, And I'm really, really confident in my ability to create money, to create value, that I'm not afraid of going, bro, honestly, I think 4 months ago, I invested more than 70K in my business, over the last semester. On my personal bank account, it was 10 euros. Yeah, bro. Yeah, and I'm not afraid of saying that. 10 euros. I still have the screenshots. I was laughing about that. Laughing.
Where did you spend 70,000 euros to invest in your business?
Because I recruit 15 guys in 3 months. Because I bought a new program, new infrastructure, new tools. Because I invested in ads. Because I invested in offices, because I invested in many areas, and I just respend it in marketing and stuff like that, And then I made 50K a month after. Why? I reinvest. I take a bit of money for me, spend it. Okay, let's go back to the original. Then I never have more than 5K on my personal bank accounts. All of what I make go back in all lifestyle, all business. And when I say lifestyle, I'm not a consumer. You know, all the jewelry I have, it's gifts because they are meaningful. I don't buy it for myself, you know. I don't have expensive brands. I don't care about dressing at Live It. I love to dress well, so I can spend 1K in a suit, for example. But I don't care if it's a brand or not. I don't care about all of that. I don't care about showing off. I just like lifestyle, experience, make the people around me happy, travel, you know. And for me, what's the most important in this money vision is that I never watch how much it costs. Never. I never look at the price. Never. If I have 200 euros on my bank account, I can go on a date and it costs me 150. I don't care. I don't watch the price. I don't watch the price, and I don't want to watch the price for the rest of my life. You know, because I remember when like my mom was making the counting and like, oh, this box of pasta costs 10 cents less than this box of pasta, so we will take this one. I don't come from a broke family, you know, but when I was born, we were middle class and we didn't have that much of money, you know. You know, we were going on vacation 2 weeks during summer in, you know, camping and stuff like that. And it was very happy and very prosper and very, very healthy environments. But I just I just don't want to watch the price. And money, it's just, you know, it's a moving out in. And when the flow of money.
Yeah. But I was thinking, like, how can you build a legacy with this mindset of spending without looking at how much you have on your bank account, or the example of 200 in your bank account and you spend 150 for a date?
Bro, your legacy is not built on your bank accounts. Like, just watch the inflation. Your legacy, it's not built on the money you make. It's not built on that, because if you have 1K right now in your bank account, you can be like, okay, I'm going to save it for my next generation. Bro, in 20 years, your 1K is going to worth 100.
Yeah, no, I was thinking maybe this 1K invested as you do sometimes in your business,
or always
on the line.
90% of my money go in my business. 90% go in my business. That's all. And my business is not even my legacy. My business is what's going to help me to build my legacy. What's the biggest legacy? What stay? Because legacy is about stay. What stay? Your house? No. Your bank accounts? Definitely not. Your company? Not more than, I think, like the oldest company in the world. It's a Japanese hotel. It has like 1,000 years. If you take the oldest business in Western Europe, it's like 500 years. So business don't stay. House, they don't stay. Bank accounts, they are worth nothing. It's just digital number on your screen. It was nothing. Like, I also understood that the money in your bank account, it's nothing. It doesn't exist. It's not gold. It's not assets that you have. It doesn't exist. The money you make doesn't exist. It's like, when I sign the 10K contract with a client, it's money, digital money from a computer that go into another computer. That doesn't exist. If I want to go in the bank and say, give me this 10K, they would say no. That's what happened in Greece, for example. So for me, this have no value. What have value? The experience I create, I live, I learn with spending this money. The mindset I get from that, the experience, the mistakes, or, you know, or I can become much more wise, you know? And this is my legacy. The legacy of, I don't know, let's take a big example. The legacy of Marcus Aurelius. He was emperor, the richest guy in the world. Is it the building he created, he made? No. Is it his house, his money? No. It's his knowledge. It's his thinking. That's his legacy, the book, you know, thinking. That's all. That's the legacy. So I don't want to say that, because I was saying so, that I want to build a legacy so my future, my family and the future generation, they are safe. So of course there is money involved, because if you're broke, you get fucked. But it's much more important to develop the skills, the mindset, and you know, the I like this. I like to see it like that, you know, to being flexible in making money, you know, moving in the flow, just money here, money here. Oh, I can make money, blah, blah, blah. With basics, it's always go back to basics. So sales, marketing, understand the needs. And that's all. I will never be broke because of that. I will never be broke because of that, because I can go in the street right now and sell this coffee. I can go €5. I sell this coffee. Well, it's empty right now. I could still sell the box, by the way, I think. But so I will never be broke. So I don't mind about having a bank account with zero, because it has no value. Even when there is 10K, 100K on that, it first have no value. And because I know that I can create this money, I can create this value, you know. Why? Because the 10K that used to be on my bank accounts were spent directly on knowledge, you know. And for me, this is really important that my company have money. So my company have treasury, you know, it have money. This is important because I can invest, because it's safe, because I can pay the people who work for me, because I can pay my rent, because I can pay my debt, I can pay all of that. My company money is important because my company is not me. And I like to think about my money's company like a good, you know, housekeeper, you know, a good father. Like, okay, I keep this money, I spend here, I spend here, I invest here, I save that. My personal money, I don't care about it. That doesn't exist, you know. I can work really freely and really happy in the street with €10 on my bank accounts. I don't mind, you know, but that's okay. But my company's money is different because the company's assets. My personal money, it's here, you know. This is a big difference. And this is how I will build my legacy. No, not my company. My company is not my legacy, but what's building within that. It's my legacy. Yes.
And how do you split then the money that you generate in general into your business and yourself?
It's simple. 99% of the money I generate go into business. 1% go for me.
Okay.
More or less. Yeah, it's that. I think it's not 99%. It's 90%. And so, no, I create 100K. I collect 100K with my company. 10K go for me. 90 go for my business. That's important, you know. And this is what I can bring as a human being to my to the next generation. Who am I as a human? What my company can build is assets. If I want to buy a property, I won't buy it with my own name, you know. I will buy it with the company, you know, or company of companies. I will put to another one's name. I don't care about owning anything as a human being. The assets I build, they need to own because they need to be safe. They need to have walls. Me, the best walls I have is my freedom. The best walls I have is that I'm still the same, no matter if I'm making big business in Budapest or going in Thailand, living on the beach, training Muay Thai every day, being with my brother, eating rice and noodles. This is the big walls I have. This is why I would say I'm strong. This is how I will be able to survive. My company, it will not be able to survive by going to Thailand and showing my company will survive because of the walls I am building right now. In that, you know, that's a big difference. Yeah, that's a big difference. But yeah.
Okay. To come back to your business journey. So you start to have like your first clients on LinkedIn, so you were like a ghostwriter, or is there a name for what you were doing?
Yeah, ghostwriting. So you know how to create content, then you learn how to create content for others, especially entrepreneurs. Then you get paid for that because creating content attracts clients. That's all. Really simple, you know, just. Yeah, so I was creating content, being a ghostwriter for 3 years, I believe so. 3 years, making good money. And I was alone in my business. I was fine, making some courses on the side, you know, boot camps, teaching people, coaching, blah blah blah. That was cool. Then I was like, okay, I need to build something big. I need to build something big, something with walls, you know, something different than just me. And then I started agencies, business events, and all of this stuff.
And this way of thinking that changed from working on your own, teaching some people what you do, to, okay, I have to now build something bigger than this. How did you end up with this vision of I have to build something bigger?
Well, because I had enough of asking questions and looking for the answers. No, I wanted to build my legacy. And honestly, the original idea is that I was working like 4 hours a day, making 10K a month. I was chill, training 4 hours a day, calisthenics. What I'm going to tell to my children? That I was lazy, that I didn't build enough. Where is my legacy? This is where it all started. Then I was like, okay, my personal legacy is really different than the assets legacy. So I need to build assets, and how you build assets, making big business. That's all. That's where it comes from. That's the original idea. Then because I wanted to prove to myself that I was able to do that, because I found opportunities in that, and also because I had partners at that time. I was going to speak. I was speaking a bit about my personal opinion on many things, like being an expat in men and women relationships, freedom, stuff like that. And I got cancelled. I got banned from LinkedIn. I got hates, thousands of messages of hate, and a lot of stuff like that. I was like, okay, so my legacy cannot rely on me. I mean, on the image people have from me. I need to build the walls, and I cannot build walls around me, because if I build walls around me, then I'm stuck. I'm alone. This is not what I want. So I need to build walls around the business. I need to build a business, and I need my business to be completely independent. And then my business, it's completely different. That doesn't mean that you don't have to be 110% in that, It just means that when your business is big enough, you can resell it, can bring investors, and it's stronger than you are with the assets. They can take your house, they can take your car. If you have a big business with big investors, with many clients, they can't really take it. It's much more difficult, It's much more difficult.
Okay. Yeah, so your goal is to focus on building a bigger asset.
Yeah.
And so you made a transition between being a ghostwriter and teacher to what will you call yourself today?
Bro, it's simple. I'm a CEO.
CEO, okay. What is the service exactly that you propose now?
It's simple, really simple. Always find the needs. And the needs, I find them by selling to people what I needed back in the days. So, very simple. Back in the days, when I was a ghostwriter, freelancer, all of my clients came from organic, inbound, or, speech, like recommendation. Referrals, exactly. It's good when it arrives. It's terrible when it not arrive. So we need to be able to do both, inbound, outbound. If you wait for the clients to come, there will be a day when the clients will not come anymore, and you're fucked. So we need to be able to learn how to find clients. So I spent 1 year learning how to find clients.
For yourself?
For myself. Ads, prospection, that's all. Basically, like how to market yourself, how to market your business, your services to bring clients, how to sell in one phone call, So cold email, cold prospection, cold phoning, selling, marketing, advertisements, blah, blah, blah. I learned for myself, and then I was like, okay, I know how to do it because I have results, so now let's sell it. Let's sell it to my past, to the past me. And the past me is exactly this type of profile that there is tremendous amount of the market, It's like we take freelancers, solopreneur, or small agency who make between 5K to 20K a month, and we not even scale them because not really scale. We just add the acquisition system that will make them grow to 50 to 80K a month. And what is this system? It's very simple. We make a better offer. We bring attention on this offer. We convert this attention, and we do in a way that the clients stay in the client's business. And we don't teach our clients how to do that. We used to do, they didn't have enough results, so now we do it for them. You create their offer, we market their offer, we sell their offer, and we make the client stay.
Okay, so it's done for you.
100%. 100%.
And you changed this to done for you because before when they had to themselves do it?
It was boring, bro. They were so slow. And like, I was naive because I thought most of these entrepreneurs like me wanted to change their job, wanted to learn how to sell, how to market, like I did for 1 year. I quit everything I was making to learn that for 1 year because I had the willing, because I'm different. And I felt, it was a big mistake, that people, they are like me. That's not true. So I teach that to some people. They didn't have any results. And then they were complaining, but we don't have results. But bro, you just didn't make the stuff. I showed you how to do it, you don't. It's like, oh, I want to be healthy. I want to lose fat. Okay, go run. 2 weeks later, bro, I don't understand. I didn't lose fat. What, did you went into running? Nah. So I can't run for them, you know? But, well, I can't run for them, but I can run their business for them. So that's basically what I do. So the people, they didn't want to learn, they didn't want to do. What they wanted to do is stay in their comfort zone and just do their work, you know, fulfill their clients' needs and do their, you know, genius zone and just be safe. I'm the guy who evolved in chaos and not safe environment. That's why I don't stress when I have 10 euros on my bank account, you know, I'm more than okay with chaos. And I am fulfilled when I'm in a chaotic environment. What is in business? Which area is the most chaotic? Sales. There is no more. It's so tough, bro. You get a client on a phone call, cold call, and you have to speak to him. Rejection, as fuck. And I'm so, like, this is my genius zone. You know, it's the chaos. So the clients, they are not willing to do that. I am. So I get paid good money to make that. And so they stay in their comfort zone, you know, because I'm the one who can go to the front line and get punched in the face and rejected by the clients. And that, so that's why it's full done for you. Now it's with multiple agencies. So we have 3 agencies who do that and at different level. And yeah, that's all, you know.
When you say 3 agencies, it's like 3 different entities in your business?
Yes. And for 3 different services, 3 different clients' needs and objective. But yeah, just do the work that the people are not able to do or are too afraid to do. No, and then you get paid well. Needs. Again, you know, it's always the same. It's the basics. Needs. Like, for example, the last service we made in our business, it's the setting, phone call setting. Right now, we are doing the prospection setting as well, because we thought our clients were able to speak with their own prospect. This is not true. They don't want to do that. They're not good to do that. Okay, we do it for them. But many months ago, we implemented the setting system, so phone call. So basically, to make it simple, you have a prospect who give you their email address and phone number because they want to receive information from. Okay. And then what you need to do is to call them in the 5 minutes because they are ready, they are hot, they show interest. You need to, not to sell them, but to plan a call with them in 5 minutes. And I thought our clients will agree on doing that because it's how you make money, basically. And I showed them proof that this is how you make money. They didn't call them. I have one client who's really upset against us. We sent him 1,500 prospects. He didn't call one. And then he's like, I need a refund. Bro, we sent you 1,500 prospects qualified. You are not able to call me. Why?
Wait. How do you think, like, how is it possible that the person first that pay you, and then he, in this example, he is the founder or the owner of the business, and he doesn't call the potential client?
Because it's scary.
So he is scared to talk to the potential client?
Yes, bro. Because you might get rejected.
That's part of the business.
Bro, they're not businessmen.
So what are they?
They just have good skills in doing what they do, you know?
So in this example, what is the guy good at?
Oh, I won't say because, but he's just, you know, he makes services. He's good at making services. Like, I don't know, you can be very good at making coffee, but not good at going to find clients. This is all clients.
Okay, and so it's more like he's good at, for example, building the product. So there's...
Yeah, building a product. Like, he's the best barista in the world, but he's not able to put a sign on the side wall to say, I'm the best barista in the world. We do it for them. That's our business. because it's scary. Because what if the people say no? Because I have to sell. Because I prefer to do barista work, and that's our clients, and we understand that. I prefer to make coffee all day. I don't want to go to business. I don't want to speak. I don't want to sell. I don't want to get rejected. Blah 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 blah. Okay, we do it for you. We just take 20%. That's all. And I would always make money because of that, because there will always be clients like that. Definitely. No. So yeah. I don't remember your initial question, but this is the point. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's clear, it's fine. As long as it's clear and everyone knows like what you have to do. But okay, so this is your current like business and system. Do you believe that you can make the 10 million revenue per year you were talking about with this system, or you will have to evolve it and enhance it?
No, we can do it with this system because we have 6 products. And some of the products are scalable, some are not. But the ones who are not, they can be really, really high ticket. So we can do the 10 millions with these 6 products. And because it's a really green circle, all of the products are related to each other and they all help each other. It's really, really positive circle.
It's like an ecosystem.
Exactly.
And when you say you have services that are not scalable, but very high ticket, what is high ticket?
Bro, between 20K and 100K per year. I think this is good high ticket, honestly. I think we can go higher than that, but it will be less profitable. I think like we can sign clients for 100K a year and make 80% of profits. I think more than that, it will ask more resources. But again, it's just on the paper, because on the field, if we help a business go from 10 million to 100 million, we can take 10 millions, So, I mean, in our business, the agency's business, the services agency and growth business, 100K is good high ticket clients. Yeah, it's good. It's good. You can have 10, 20 clients like that per year, make 2 millions.
Yeah,
it's okay. But that if we want to do more than that, we need to go with other type of business as clients. We need to go with big business. Our friends who do that, they work with big companies, and then they can sign like 200, 300K. All clients, they are smaller, so they won't spend 500K with us, not yet. But in the next 5 years, we can reach 10 millions because of these services. So we can go high tickets. It's really simple. I need 16 clients per year to make 1 million. I believe we can multiply that by 2 or 3. I believe that these agencies can do between 2 and 3 millions. More than that, it's too complex, too much people. If we make 3 millions, we'll be already like 50 in the company, something like that.
50 employees?
Yeah, between 20 and 50s.
3 million in revenue or profit?
Yeah, no, revenue.
Revenue?
Yeah, okay. More or less between 20 and 50s. More or less. Depends. I think it will be like 20 fixed employees and 30 who just go and back and make the work.
And freelancers?
Yes. So
this is for 3 million, you said.
Yeah.
What about 10 million? Is it the same amount of people?
No, it depends. I will tell you. And so this is less and less profitable as much as you grow and more complex. And I think we will see. Again, no plan. I don't know. Maybe I will be able to do 50 million with this business. I don't know. But why would I plan to make 50 million? Or will I make 50 million when I don't know how I will make 10? This is bullshit. So I don't plan that much. I just know factually that we can reach 10 million in the next 5 years because I know the assets, because I know the setting, because I know the map, because I know the fields. More than that, I don't know. So I can't say. Okay, this is the first thing. So 3 million for the main agencies, 1 million for another agencies, 1 million for another agencies, but 6 millions with B2B done for you agencies. So more or less 5-6 millions. And the 4 less millions, they are made with digital scalable products. Yeah. And this is a really small team that we need. Yeah.
Okay. So almost half of the revenue generated will be with digital products.
Yeah. That's the goal. And I don't know. Honestly, a business like that, 10 million revenues, you end up like 100 employees, more or less. difficult to do less employees than that. Yeah, more or less. You make this calculation like, yeah.
So for 10 million in revenue, how big will be your margin then? On average?
Oh, I don't have any idea, bro. How can I know that?
I don't know. You can see like how many employees, as you said.
It's simple. One employee, more or less on the market, must generate it 100K. Okay. So 100 employee, 100K per employee, 10 millions. My calculation, I would. This is it. Okay. 10 employees, 100K per employees, 1 million. This is a simple calculation. Okay. So, and I based my calculation on that to say that to make 10 millions, you need to be 100 employees. And because the market tell it so, and my competitors do stuff similar, you know. So after that, you need to make calculation. Let's say 100K, 100 salaries to pay. I don't know. It's you pay a salary between 30K and 80K a year, 100K a year. I don't know, bro. Like, I think this kind of business tend to make 40% margin. But the more you grow, the less you do. But that doesn't matter, because if I grow to 100 million revenue, then I still make 1% revenue. It's still more than making 1 million with 10%, with 80%, you know. So, and again, like, how can I answers of problems that I don't face yet?
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't like to do that because, 10 millions. Yeah, if I make 8 millions profit, that's good. Is it possible? I don't think so. If I make 500K, but I have good impact and a big company, why not? If I make 1 million profit, I don't know. Let's go there, and then we'll see, you know.
Yeah.
First, let's go there, you know. And it costs a lot to go there. It's too difficult. So first, let's go there, you know. That's all. I can't answer this question.
And so your main focus is like just make 10 million and then you will see.
No, bro, not at all. My main focus is to see how far can I go. That's all. 10 millions, it's a good, you know,
step.
No, not step. It's a good referential, you know. And like, I don't have the word in English, you know, but it's, okay, 10 millions, you know, it's a round numbers. It's maybe a step, your cornerstone, something like that, you know. It's, okay, I reached 10 million. I'm sure that when I will have make 10 millions, I will be like, okay, let's go 100. But my main focus is day-to-day focus. It's not about 5 years, 10 years. You know, I'm not Elon Musk. I don't want to go to March into Mars in like 2054, like he said. You know, I don't care. I don't have this vision. You know, I don't want to change the world. I just want to build my legacy, and you know, I think becoming stronger and stronger every day. This is what matters the most for me.
You're stronger in which way?
All of them. Socially, physically, mentally, you know, like being bulletproof. Just being bulletproof, and then you see, you know. And you know what? Maybe we'll reach 10 millions in 3 years. Maybe we'll reach 10 millions in 15 years. I don't know, and I don't really care, you know. I don't really care. Like, it's now, again, if I stick to the plan I had 5 years ago, I will not be in Budapest, you know, or sitting in France and lost in dreams that are not possible. You know, I'm not a big dreamer. I'm a very realistic guy. That doesn't mean that I don't have ambition. That just means that, and again, it's just numbers. You know, 10 millions. Why not 50? You know, why not 100? Why not 1 billion? No, why not? Well, because I think that the assets I have right now, who I am right now, is able to build 10 million. But maybe the guy that I will be in 1 year will be able to build 50 millions in the next 5 years, because I will have to discover new stuff, new skills, new people, new blah, blah, blah. Maybe, you know, I cannot predict the future, so I don't want to go in this. I think this is a very dangerous game of, you know, but, you know, like not limits, but explain your goal and your ambitions with numbers. I think this is a very dangerous game, you know, because you cannot predict the future, you know. And And I just know that if I do the work every fucking day, then in 5 years, I will have more vision that will probably help me to think bigger. Right now, this is who I am. So there's a big difference, Why not, I don't know, why not 100 million in 1 year?
So yes, like you target what you know you can achieve with the data and insights that you have today.
Exactly. But it changed.
Yeah, through the time. Yeah. Exactly. It's like an update every day.
Exactly. Because I know what it costs. And most of the people, they don't know what it costs. So they believe they can do that. No, bro, you can't. You can't. Definitely no, you can't. And also because I changed. 1 year ago, 1.5 years ago, I was not able to manage people. I changed. Now I am, and you just change, you evolve, and you become less naive. You become stronger, become wiser, more calm, take better decisions, blah, blah, blah. And that's what having big goals, like it's, I don't even have a vision for my future, Let's just see. I like to live day by day, and I progress by doing that. And I'm not losing. I'm not losing my mind in trying to develop a clear vision of who I will be in 5 years. Will I be on the top of a yacht, with 100 chicks around me and 10 millions in my bank account? I don't know. That's a good vision to have. Is it what I want? I don't know, because I don't know who I will be in 5 years. Will I be at the church with 5 children and a healthy house and a wife and a good business? I see myself in that vision as well. But I don't really decide, It's just my reaction to the pain I will receive in life that will decide for me, And the people around me and God, But I think you can change and modify the path that God choose for you. You can affect it, but I think you can change your destiny by being proactive. But in the end, I don't think this is really your choice. I do think that it will happen. What have to happen will happen, and everything that happened for a reason. But in the end, don't try to, and again, okay, let's say, for example, I say about this yacht and 100 chicks and 10 minutes. Why is it a good need? Because you see on social media, why do you have this vision, for example? Because you see on social media, oh, it's cool, wow, 100 chicks, I'm successful, ego boost. Why you want this healthy family with 5 children, bro? Because the religion told you to make children, because you are conservative guys, so I don't have any label, So I'm just like, okay, in 5 years, I will be where I have to be. Where? I don't know. Life will tell that. What's sure is that tomorrow I will wake up, I will walk, and I will train. That's what's 100% sure. Not even 100%. Because why not? Maybe I will die this night. I don't even know. Right now I am here. Tomorrow, if I'm alive, I will be here. That's all what is true. What's going to happen in 5 years? What if I get hit by a car and I don't have my hands to write anymore? What if? Where are the 10 millions there? And then like all your life get destroyed and fall because your ambition rely on something that you can lose. Your hands, for example. So I don't, I'm just.
Yeah, you go day by day and you really stick next to the present moment.
Yes. But no, I like to live in the future. Because don't get me wrong. I know I am doing all of that. I'm doing all of that for a better future. And the present moment, it's already a past moment. So, no, I stick to the day-by-day discipline and work and ethics. And I like to live in the future because I do all of that for my future. But I don't have, and I don't want to have, and I don't want to develop an exact vision of my future. Because I don't have the control of what's going to happen between right now and this given future. The only thing I have the control is that I know that if I do day-to-day work, then I will have the tools and the strengths enough to answers to the problem and the pain that's going to happen in this before, right now, and this given future.
Yeah.
Just being resilient. That's all. So,
focus on one you can control for your actions.
Exactly.
And then, your future will be built this way.
Exactly.
Okay. And I saw that you have recently launched a fresh project, which is a Budapest private society. Why did you launch it, and what is the goal behind it or the vision?
Well, it's not that recent. I think we started working on that project 1 year ago, and we made it right now since 8 months. So Budapest Private Society, it's a private club of entrepreneurs based in Europe, mainly in Budapest, of course, but from all around Europe. And the goal is simple: bring people that are successful together. That's all, and make them having the best experience of their life. So parties, dinner, travel, and having good company, So you meet with other entrepreneurs, you speak with people who look like you, who are successful, and you have good times, with in good places with good experience, So that's why we do. And the beginning of your question was why?
Yeah,
why? Because network, again, this is part of my 6 products, This is part of my revenue. And I can find clients like that. I can find business partners. I can find all of that. But this is not the core reason. The core reason is because I love doing it. That's all. I love organizing parties. I love bringing people together. I love to party. I love to have good food, good drinks, being with friends, travel. I love all of that. I love restaurants. So why not making a business because of that? And that's why, I'm just like, okay, who am I? I'm an entrepreneur. What I like to do, going to a restaurant and having parties. With who? Entrepreneurs. Okay, let's make a business around that. That's all. Like what I like, chaos, selling, marketing. Okay, let's make a business around that. Why? Because other people, they can't organize party because again, they don't know what it costs to organize parties. It's fucking expensive, not only in the money, but in the time consuming, organizing. It's really, really difficult. And you don't make money organizing parties, trust me. So it's really difficult. Nobody want to do that? Okay, I will do it. Nobody want to take the cold calls to sign clients? Okay, I will do it. Stick that together, 6 products, and that's good, So yeah, this is the main reason why I launched Budapest Private Society. It's working well. Yeah, we organize I don't know, within 3 and 4 events per month. And this is great, Yeah, it's working well. And this is fun, This is really fun. Yeah, I like it. Again, wars, network, wars, All of that is part of my strategy, but it was not in the original plan. I figured it out by organizing stuff, by meeting with people, that this is what they needed. But not in my life. I thought 5 years ago that I will launch a private business club. No, I cannot imagine that. It cannot come from nowhere, Just bam, 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 you're flexible, I moved to Budapest. I think there is a big lack of entrepreneurs club and parties events here. Okay, let's do that. People need that. Let's do that. I like to do it. It's even better. That's all. Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking about the community right now. With all you have said, the experience that you have gained through the time, what type of advice could you give first to a person who wants to start something? It can be business, it can be art, or starting something.
Learn how to make money ASAP. Because don't be that naive that you will not need money to make your project. You need money. Doesn't matter what it is, you need money. At least to survive, at least to eat, at least to pay the rent. And what's painful is to see your dreams fade because you needed money and your dreams cannot fulfill your money problems. You know what I mean? So learn how to make money with that as soon as possible. Just make money, just make money, just make money. You would think about the bigger dreams later. You would think about the bigger ambition later. Just make money, make money, make money. That's all. If you can make money from your passion or your product, it's even better. But in this case, most of the time, you will need to think smaller. I have an example for you. Last time I met with a girl at one of our parties in Budapest Private Society. She's telling me she wants to create a great brand of fashion and perfume. She wants to compete with Chanel. Great. Oh, what are you doing right now? Well, I'm looking for investors. Okay. I heard that many times, of course. But before until you have the investors, what are you going to do? Well, I'm looking for the investors, because then when I have the money, I can start by doing blah, 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 blah. But then you need to reverse that, start making money. How can you make money? Well, I don't know, because I need money to launch. Well, create content, create a community, ask for pre-sales. With the money of the pre-sales, you are able to launch the production. Yeah, but then it's more. Yes, of course. And then she was like, I want to compete with Chanel. I asked her, where do Chanel need start? Well, she had a small shop of hats in Paris. We all start small. And I think what the new entrepreneurs make, they make this mistake of thinking to grow too big at first. That doesn't happen. You don't make 0 to 1 million in 12 months in your first year of entrepreneurship. That doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. There is no counter-example of that, except in crypto. Because a guy, he puts 100 euros, it's not business. It's bet. It's casino. In real business, what is real business? Having a product, selling it to a client. Really simple. This is business. There is no other description. That doesn't exist. That doesn't mean you can make 0 to 1 million in 1 year. That doesn't mean that. You can make it, but if you have 5, 10, 15 years of business in your luggage, and don't believe that you can be successful fast. It's not true. That doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. Really. And there is no counterexample of it. There is no guy who becomes successful fast. They become successful really quick and instantly, but because they are putting the work since a decade. Right now, I'm doing business since a bit less than 10 years. And I still believe I'm still at the beginning. I am factually still at the beginning. But I see that the compounding of what I'm doing, learning, and processing since 10 years start to work. Because right now, I know that I can do X to Y in 12 months. So my advice is that just start small, but do stuff, and make money ASAP so you're independent. And because the best skill you can learn is sales, and you need to learn how to sell, because this is the most difficult stuff. So just do it, and don't make plans. Again, don't make plans, just make it, shut the fuck up and make it, that's all. Do it right now. Make it right now. Don't ask questions. If so, you fail. And so what, Like with my brother, I really like to say that. So what? So what? You failed. So what? Oh, you get rejected. So what? Do it. So what? And shut the fuck up. And make money. That's all. That's simple advice, And when I say make money, I don't say try to make 10K the first month. No. You can survive with 1K a month in Europe, You can survive with 1K. But it's much better to do 1K on your own, because you learn stuff how to make 1K, and then 1K become really easy to do than making 1.5K, which is a bit more comfortable by working for a company, Just lower your standards, but go all in art, and be independent as soon as you can, And then, that's all.
So that's the advice for the example you have gave us regarding this girl that wanted to launch the fashion brand and be bigger than Chanel. That's what you say to her, like in person?
I told her, face to face, like we are right now. I told her name is Emma, by the way. I told her, Emma, look, you won't find investors. They won't give you money because you're beautiful. That's not going to happen. Plus, if by chance you find investors, they're going to take 80% of your business, you're fucked. you're not free anymore. Plus, you will have investors, and most of the people, they think they know how to handle money, but they don't. Like right now, if I go in the street, I give 10 millions to some random people, they will just get crazy. Like if you take, for example, the lottery winners, they all get crazy because they don't know how to manage money. And the same, money, you don't learn to manage money like in 24 hours. No, you first learn by managing small money, then 10K. Like for example, when I had money problems a few years ago, it was about 1K, 2K. Now I have money problems, it's about, I don't know, 50K, 100K.
That you say the problem, what is it?
Just, management. Management. Debt, clients, paying people. Like, I don't know, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, it was difficult for me to pay someone 100 euro. It was a lot of money. Now it's difficult for me to pay someone 50K because it's a lot of money. But 100 euro, I don't care anymore. You know what? This is money management. You need time to learn it.
Yeah.
So I told her, don't put your destiny in hands of investors that you don't know. Take your destiny in your hands, do stuff. Yeah, but I need money. Okay, let's learn how to make money together. Well, I think what people buy first is story, personality. They buy not because they like your product. They buy because they like your vision. They like who you are.
They buy you.
By you, exactly. So, and of course you have to make a good product so you can sell it twice. But the first time, they buy your story. Always. If it's good, they buy a second time. But I told her, create content, share your story. Good morning, people. I'm Hema. I want to build the most important perfume brand in the world. Here is my story, blah, 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 blah. Here is what I want to do, blah, 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 blah. Now we'll create content and gather a community of people who agree with me, who want to support me, blah, 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 blah. Told her, publish one video a day on Instagram for the next 30 days. They will have, 100 followers. Why not 10K followers? Why not 100K followers in the first year? And then what you do, okay, I want to launch this product. You make a poll, what kind of product you want. It's always, don't think you know what they want. They know better than you. So needs, okay, the client said they want that. Don't answer to the client's needs straight because the client's needs, they like, For example, they will tell, they want, no, I have a better story to explain that. The most watched TV show in France is TPMP, Stupid Emission. When you ask the people what they watch the most, they say Arte, which is a documentary. People, they lie. They like to lie to themselves. So understand their needs by asking them question. And then you're like, okay, based on what you say and based on what I know, there is the product I want I want to give you. Okay? Build the products and okay, no, what I need is that I need 10K to launch the production. So I will make pre-sales. So we make pre-sales for 15K and you know that you need 10K to launch the product and then you can take 5K for you. And then you make pre-sales and you sell it. And this is how you start a small business and you start to make money. You don't wait for investors. That's what I explained. Create content, sell a story and sell your product and make money, then reinvest the money. That's all.
But, and from your point of view, what's the difference between, let's say, the Emma version 1 that will apply what you have said and the Emma number 2 that will just listen and do nothing?
Well, I believe right now she's just listening and not act. At least that's the last news.
Why do you think? If she has this idea and this ultimately she talks about it.
It's not even about her, it's about most of the people. I think the first reason is that it's really difficult to take the responsibility of your success. And it's much more easy to give this responsibility of your not existing success to other people. It's more easy to say, I didn't find investors than to say, I didn't put the work. Much more easy. It's not your fault anymore. And most of the people, unfortunately, they are like that. Okay. Because it's difficult. It's fucking difficult to make a video of you and post it. People think it's easy. No, it's fucking difficult. They never did it. That's why they don't know it's difficult. Being open to the critics of your own family, of your own friends, the doubts. It's difficult and it's painful. And people, they don't understand that. That's why, the haters online, they never created anything, because if they once created something, they will know how difficult is it and how painful is it to see haters online. And so it's difficult, it's scary, because you might fail. You might fail. You cannot fail if you don't try. So it's more comfortable to never try, because then you never fail. If you do it, if you try, you will fail. That's for sure, And the first failures, they are tough. And then you start to like them. So, bro, I love failure. I love it. But you have to love chaos, and I think in the end, what's the difference? What's the difference between a guy who do that and a guy who don't, based on the same advice? I don't want to say that, because I think you can choose your own destiny, but in the end, I think it's really based on, it's inborn or learned, but through pain, is that you need to be crazy. Like, being an entrepreneur, I don't think you can be an entrepreneur if you are rationally stable.
Yeah, sane.
So I don't think so, bro. Honestly, I don't think so. Like, okay, I will speak a bit about myself. Bro, I'm working 10 hours a day. I'm training Muay Thai every day. I live with my brother. We decided to left our home, to left our mother, to left our father, to left our sister, our grandparents, to move to Budapest, because here we can work 10 hours a day, train 2 hours, go out with friends, go out with girls, and just focus. Who do that? And eat every day the same, 500 grams of red meat, rice, pasta, salad, that's all. And we do that, and eggs. My brother, he came here 6 months ago, but me, I'm here since 2 years, and I do that. And who can do that, and do that 7 days a week, and resist the pain, resist the failure, resist. Like my brother, he launched a product this week. It lost. It fails, because he was expecting some guys to do that. They didn't. It failed. So what? But it's painful. I saw in his eyes how painful is it, because I know it, because I made it, and I will make it, and I still make it, and I know how painful is it. But I believe that to be able to ensure that, to survive through entrepreneurship, you have to be a bit crazy, a bit not here, a bit not here, a bit, you're a bit lost, and there is, I think, 3 options, 3 category of entrepreneurs. It's all you're not here because you're lost in the vision you have of yourself in the future. For example, this is not my case. Or you're lost so you're lost in the vision, or you're lost in your mind, like you just do it because you like it and you don't know anything else. That's a bit my case. Or you're just lost in the process. Like, I'm not able to do anything else than business. I'm not able, when I go back in France and I don't train and I don't work for 48 hours, I'm stressed. I'm sad. I'm depressed, because I'm just in the process, and yeah. So I think if you're not that crazy or that egoist, you cannot be an entrepreneur. I don't mean that it's not something that you can develop. I think it is. But for most of us, you're born like that or not. And I'm sorry to say that, because I really strongly believe you can choose your own destiny, but it's painful. But me, I think I'm born with this craziness. Then society tried to shut it down, and then I woke up. Because I used to be a lazy guy. But I think the discomfort of staying in your past situation must be, for most of the people, bigger than the discomfort of changing. Unfortunately, for most of the people, it's not. That's why they don't move. That's why they stay with a regular job, Netflix on the Sunday night, normal salary, but enough salary to be comfortable, but not enough to be happy, and just this mid-comfortable. And it have to become really uncomfortable so you do better. And me, I putted myself in really uncomfortable situation to be able to grow, evolve through the world. But you have to love risk, you have to love chaos. Like when I tell to people like this story about my bank accounts that I told you, most of the people, they just, have colds, sweat. It's like, oh God, can you believe? Bro, I got the W, it's 5 stars hotel with 200 euros on my bank account, and I still spend 100 euros and I sleep very well at nights, And 10 days later, I have 5K in my bank accounts, 10K in my bank accounts, 20K, 30K, doesn't matter. And I still the same guy. Doesn't change. And I honestly think that you have to be crazy or dumb or stupid to act like that. Maybe I'm just fucking stupid, but or maybe I'm smarter. Depends of the angle. Yeah, but for some people I'm just stupid. For some others I'm incredibly smart. Honestly, I just believe that I'm smarter because I see work as a different angle, as you said. But in the end, none of that matters, really. And so the difference is I will able to be different. I think that's the answer. Being entrepreneurs, being different.
Do you find happiness in pain?
Oh, yes. I love it. Like, okay. I had a tough sparring this morning to stop. It was painful. Guys kicked hard, punched hard. I did kick hard, I did punch hard. And now I have a huge migraine because of the sparring, And I still love doing that, I love expressing. Thank you again for giving me the opportunity to speak, by the way. I love that. But I have a big migraine. I have tremendous amount of work to do after at home. And I still love that, because it's cool. It's painful, but it's cool, And the next podcast I will do will be much more easier because I won't have the migraine. So it's cool, And this morning the sparring was cool because, no pain, no growth, definitely, And I used to avoid pain because it's scary, and most of the people they do that. When you learn that this is how you grow, and when you truly find happiness and joy in pain, that you just progress so fast. And I think Muay Thai helped me a bit in that, because you're like, okay, you're done with your training, and like you have to make 500 knees. Like, no, I don't want to do that, And it's all about mindset. It's all about vision. Like, oh no, I don't want to do 500 knees. I'm tired. It's difficult. I want to quit. I want to go to the sauna and eat and sleep. Blah, blah. Oh, you know what? I'm fucking exhausted. I'm tired. I got punched. Let's do 500 knees. That's fucking cool, And then you just switch. And then you enjoy. And then you do 500 good knees. If you're in a bad mood, you're just like, oh, yeah. No, let's do it. It's tough. It's difficult. But then you have to be a bit crazy. You have to be. And I think you have to be lost. Like,
lost in which way?
Bro, just lost in the process. Lost in the again, it's the 3 type of entrepreneurs, Lost in the process, or lost in your ambitions, in the visions you have for yourself, for your future. You have to be lost in that. You have to be a awake dreamer.
Yeah, some people say delusional.
Exactly. You have to be like that. I'm not, personally. I'm not like that. But I think a lot of entrepreneurs are like that. Me, personally, I'm just lost in the process. Because I don't have a clear vision of my future. Because maybe I believe too much in God or in faith or in luck or no luck or the walls or stuff like that. But so I'm not lost in my vision for the future, but I'm lost in the process of building it. And some people, they are lost in their vision, but they don't work. So they are just lost. But if you do the work but you have to be a bit, you have to lose your mind. And you cannot make sport and business if you don't lose your mind, definitely. And you have to look like someone who's not from this world. If people, they see you as a normal guy, that's a problem. That's really a big problem, Yeah, really is normal guy. I can describe him. Then you're just not hard enough.
Okay. And regarding someone that is already in the process of she or he starts his business, let's say, what type of advice would you give him?
If you just start,
Yeah, he has started. Maybe he had made already a few thousand of euros. So he launched the process.
Okay.
He's in the process.
Continue. Never quit. Never quit. That's all what matters. It's not, I like to say that about business, sport also, but most in general life. It's not as, I used to play a lot video games, and I tell to the guys, it's not a race game. It's not a FPS. It's not a shooter. It's a survival game. The winner is the one who survives the most. So, the longer. That's all. You cannot fail if you never give up. Impossible. You cannot. If you're smart enough to change how you act regarding the failure, then, and you try enough and you fail enough, then even if you're dumb, but you change every time, there will be one time when it's going to be the good one. And if you're smart, then you will figure it out much more earlier. But you cannot fail if you never give up. And giving up, like, what does it mean? And honestly, giving up for me, it's something that's not even in my process. Because if we take it like that, so giving up for me would be stop being an entrepreneur and then go back to be an employee. Because you give up on doing business, but I'm not able to go back as being an employee. I'm not able to do that, physically not able. So I can't give up. And even when I'm broke, when I'm bankrupt, when my launch fail, or even when I'm big, making good money, a lot of clients, people, blah, 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 neither there is the options of giving up. It's not an option. I can't. I just can't. If you can give up, it means that you have option B, option C, option D. And I do believe that in business, if you have option B, you're fucked. You have to be option A and nothing else. So just don't give up. Never give up. That's all. And you will succeed. You will have success. That doesn't mean that you can't change. I've made many businesses. I tried many businesses. But just never give up making businesses. That's all. Yeah, you can change your businesses. You can evolve. You can regress. You can, downgrade, upgrade. It doesn't matter. Just never stop making businesses. That's all. Or never stop making sport, for example. Like right now, I'm doing Muay Thai. I love it. Before that, I made 2 years of calisthenics. Before that, I was going just to the gym. I change. I evolve. I try. I fail, blah, blah, blah. But I never give up on doing sport. That's the most important.
Okay, yeah. So you change or you adapt, but yeah, you never stop.
You stop for what? Really for what? Obviously, a situation that is less good than what you are working on right now.
Okay, thanks for this advice. Yeah, it's true.
But I don't think it's an advice. I think it's just a reality, Just don't give up, bro. Just never fucking give up, If you do that if you work on anything every day for 10 years, you become top world. Doesn't matter when you start, where you start, why you start. Work on something. And when I say something, I don't mean like something special. It can be, of course, but it don't have to be. Just work on something for 10 years. Then you become world class at that instantly. Like it takes 1 year to be in the top 1% of the world, and it takes 10 years to be in the top 0.1% in the world. That's all. Okay, let's say, because for most of the people, when we say business, it's shaky. They don't really understand. So I like to give simple example, that reflect to the real world that is not business. So I don't know why piano. Can you fail of doing piano if you train 1 hour every day for 10 years? Can you fail? Can you not learn how to be a pianist? Can you, I don't know, can you not be a pianist if you train 1 hour every day for 10 years?
Yeah, it's like probabilities. It's like, yeah.
I mean, maybe you will not become the best pianist in the world. Maybe. I don't say you will become. But after 10 years, you will surely be be faster, or understand better, or just I don't know, for the first 9 years, I'm just doing that. Obviously, after 10 years, I will be able to do that. That's mathematics. That's mathematics. Business is the same. Sport is the same. Everything is the same. And why do you want to give up piano? To make guitar? Play guitar? Why not? Why not? It's not giving up. But you want to give up piano for doing what else if it's not playing music? Then you give up. You know what I mean? And in business, it's the same. You cannot make business for years and don't learn. But don't be a fool and believe that you are Mozart or that you can become a world-class pianist in 1 year. Because, again, mathematically, it's not possible. Because you're not Mozart, and Mozart, they believe that he became famous at 7 and was a genius. No, bro. He was playing piano before he was even world king. Because his father was fucking crazy about that. And right now, if Mozart was alive and raised by his father, like, his father would go in jail for child's bad behavior, you know. He was fucking crazy. Anyway. And the people, they believe that they can become millionaires in 1 year, but they perfectly know that they can't be a world-class pianist in 1 year. They know that. You know, it's when I can become the equivalent of Mozart in 1 year. Yeah. Oh, you're a fool. But the same people who will say me that I am a fool will believe that they can become millionaire in 1 year. That's not true. If you become millionaire, you're in the top 1% of the world. You cannot in 1 year. Not possible. Okay. But if you do piano for 10 years, you cannot fail. If you do business for 10 years, you cannot fail. You will have bad days. You will have good days. You will fail. You will get up. But you cannot not learn how to do piano in 10 years. You should do it at least 1 hour a day, every day.
So being consistent and never stopping.
Never stop. That's not possible.
Okay. And if some members of the community would like to get to know you more or even get in touch with you, how can they do?
The people that are important, they already have my WhatsApp. But Instagram at the Batux. That's all.
I'll put it in the description. So Instagram is the best way.
Well, I like to share stories. I will get more active on that. I don't create that much content. LinkedIn is only in French. Just Instagram is good. Okay. Instagram, I like it. And this is English content on Instagram. Yeah, so.
Perfect. And there is like a ritual in this podcast is that like the previous guest writes a question for the next one without knowing who it is.
Okay.
So I have one for you from the past one, which is how do you rest to perform better if you rest at all? If not, why?
Okay. Oh, that's a very smart question, because this is actually a question I asked myself a few weeks ago. Why? Because for 1 year, I didn't took a days off. Not one fucking day off for 1 year. That was important. That was needed. That was my duty, because I was in the process of building process and building knowledge in some area. So I didn't need a day off, because I didn't need to think. I needed to do. So no days off. Now I'm in a different position in my company where I need to take decision, create content, and think. So I need days off. So I start to take days off. What I like to do is 1 day a week. I think it's mandatory. 1 day a week, you don't train, you don't walk, don't open your phone, nothing, okay? And me, I like to rest by filling my brain with different information. So I will, watch a documentary. I love history, so I will watch a documentary. I will read non-business books. I will go have a walk. I will sleep all day. I will go to party. Doesn't matter, do stuff that are different than the 6 other days of the week. What I like also is to take days off that are not necessary during the weekend. For example, this week I had 2 days off. It was Tuesday and Saturday. Why Tuesday? Thought, okay, why not? Fuck it. I took Tuesday off. Woke up. Okay, I won't walk today. I will rest my mind. And I rest my mind. And then on Wednesday, I created one of the best ads I ever created in copy. So anyway, but how do I rest? Doing stuff different. Why do I rest? It's because I am in a creative moment in my life and I need to be creative, and you cannot be creative if you don't rest. And yeah, that's more or less all. But I do believe that there is some times in your life when you should not take any rest. When it's needed, when it's mandatory, don't take rest. But sometimes it's mandatory to take rest. Like I knew I was going to have a strong sparring morning this Sunday. So yesterday I didn't train because my muscle needed to be rested. So don't take rest because you are lazy. Take rest because you know you will be more efficient tomorrow or this afternoon or after, But don't use it as an excuse. Be proactive in your rest. That's a big difference between you and the other people. Other people, they will rest. No, don't rest when you're tired. Rest when it's going to be more efficient for the future. I rest when I feel that my creativity is not the best, not when I feel tired.
Okay, so you rest for a specific reason.
Exactly. Everything in your life has to be, that's what I believe. Everything in your life has to be for a specific reason. If not, it's random and it's useless. Okay? So when you rest, do it for a purpose. Do it for a purpose and do it on purpose. And do actions in your rest day on purpose. I will sleep. I will walk. I will eat a pizza. I will watch a movie. Doesn't matter, But it's on purpose. Never for nothing, And it's not because you're lazy or tired. This is bullshit. No. You can walk when you're tired. And you're tired because you didn't took your smart days off. So, yeah, but good question. I like this tradition, by the way. It's very cool.
Great. So now it's your turn. You choose the question that you want me to ask the next guest, but you don't tell me and you don't tell the community either. So you just write it down.
Oh, I have to write it.
Yes.
Ah, damn it.
In the book. You can take your time.
I want to be tricky. I don't want it to be a simple question. I don't want it to be an easy question. But I learned that the most painful question are most of the time the easiest. Like, who are you? Simple question, nobody knows how to answer. You already asked who are you at the beginning of the podcast.
I asked you, but I asked another question to the previous guest. But the one you will write, I will for sure ask it to the next guest.
Okay. Oh. Okay. I know